Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christian and Sandy's skincare and hair care talks. Today's topic is how frequently should we be washing our hair, and what are the reasons why we should either wash more frequently or less frequently. So I'm going to kick this over to Christian, and the reason is she's going to start us off because she does have 8 years under her belt as a cosmetologist. She is my hairstylist, and she has some really great info. This is really her wheelhouse. And so she's going to start us off, and then I will answer some other most common questions or asks. So, Christian?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sandy. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. So, like Sandy said, we're talking about how frequently should you be washing your hair. Now, I first want to touch up on because when I hear this, the first thing I think about is the people that tell me they don't wash their hair like for the whole week, or they've heard that not using shampoo is best, so they only use conditioner, and all of these. Right. All of these things that people hear or see, out there from their friends, from their family, and then they use it on themselves thinking that it's the best thing. I will tell you, please don't do that. Especially not using shampoo because it's very important. And really, the frequency of washing your hair just depends on you. It depends on your lifestyle, your type of hair, your scalp care, especially. There are a lot of different factors, and each of them are special and unique to yourself. So when I go through this list, please make note of things that kind of like make a light bulb, in your head, like, oh, that makes sense. Because it is not a one fits all type of deal. So, if your hair type is more fine or oily, I know that it makes sense to wash your hair like every day because it's so oily. I would try to add in brushing your hair a little bit more frequently just to spread that because the pH on your scalp, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but basically your scalp is trying to moisturize and hydrate what's not happening up there. So when you keep washing it off, it's going to keep getting oilier. So maybe just make sure you use special shampoos for that, but you will be washing definitely more often than someone with like a super dry scalp, um, or thicker hair, excuse me. So fine oily hair a little bit more often, and thicker hair less frequent washing, especially because this is after you wash your hair. But when you dry your hair, if you have thick hair, please make sure it dries all the way through before you're wrapping it up because then you're keeping that moisture in it, and that's not good for your hair or your scalp or what it smells like. Your scalp health. This is super important, and I feel like people have kind of shied away from scalp health in the like frequently, or more recently. It's very important to brush your hair, and make sure that you activate. I'm looking for the word. What's the word? Not activate. Stimulate your scalp because that is where your hair grows from. So your scalp is very important. It's not just all of this on your hair. So if your scalp is oily or dry, then you'll have to take it and see what works better for you. Obviously, there are dandruff shampoos, which is not the same as having oily scalp. So if you're not sure, me and Sandy can definitely help you with that. But like I said, just remember to see what works best for you. Like if you're washing your hair every day because your scalp is oily and you find it not helping, I think you should ask one of us. And definitely we can see what you can change to get your scalp in better care, in a better state. Your activity level. This is super. Me and Sandy, I feel like we talk about this all the time because we try to exercise on a daily basis. We try to keep up with it. And as you know, when you exercise, you sweat. It's disgusting, but it doesn't mean you have to wash your hair every day. That sounds really weird, but there are other alternatives to actually putting water and shampoo and conditioner and doing the whole thing. There's dry shampoo options that you can use so that you don't have to wash every day. And there's reasons why. Um, for instance, if your hair is colored, right? You don't want to wash it every day. You want the longevity of your color. So, me as a hairstylist, even, I like to work out, but I also want to keep my color. Like, where's the good in between? I have to practice. I have to see what works for me, and then I apply that to this head of hair. And then one more thing I wanted to touch on, especially with scalp care, is styling products. A lot of people have buildup on their scalp, and this goes with not clarifying, not stimulating your scalp, and not shampooing the way that you should. Um, if you have like white flakes on your scalp, a lot of people think, oh, I have dandruff, but that doesn't technically mean that is it or that's all it is. So if you use styling products, hairspray, oils, all the things, you need to make sure that you're clarifying your hair at least once a week. And again, this is something specific to your lifestyle, your color, your hair type, all of the things. And again, if you have questions, you can ask me and Sandy, but she is going to talk about other things that affect how frequently you wash your hair that I didn't touch on.
Thank you, Christian. That was awesome, guys. And the things that she was saying, I can definitely speak to. So I was somebody who I used to wash my hair every single day. And the reason was if I went 2 days without, I started to notice my scalp would get oily and I didn't like that look. However, um, I do realize now that it was also because of the type of, I was using just over the counter shampoo from the drugstore. Over the counter shampoos are not meant for really scalp care, right? It's for the masses. And what that means is the ingredients and the percentages of the ingredients or hero ingredients are really low. And so what that means is it really wasn't caring for my scalp. Yes, it would rinse and kind of do a really, I don't want to say cheap job, but not a well done job at clearing off the dirt and the oil and whatnot. And so once I started to use higher grade shampoo, a premium grade shampoo, this is where I have been able to wash my hair like only twice a week. Now, if I do a hardcore workout where I am sweating a lot, or, I do live here in Hawaii and it is very humid. And if it's a very hot day, guys, and I am sweating a lot, yes, I am going to wash my hair that night. I'm not going to, try and go a week without that, knowing that I'm sweating that much. But the dry shampoo does help a lot. And we do also start to incorporate like just scalp serums. And that makes a really big difference with the health of your scalp, because that's where I find that my hair is much thicker, it's much stronger, and I am producing less oil because I was the person who I did have I wouldn't say I was oily, but it was definitely more than normal if I was washing every single day, right? So I find that giving yourself scalp care is really important. A factor is climate, though. Please, understand that depending on your weather and environmental factors. So maybe during the summer you will be washing your hair a little bit more often, but come winter time, for those of you that do experience seasons, during the winter, you're going to wash your hair less because it's so cold, because the air is so dry. You want to be able to help your scalp and your hair keep its moisture. You also may need to switch or add in a scalp moisturizer or a hair conditioning oil to help with that moisture during those periods of time. So know that your environment does play a difference. A really great point to that, Christian might be able to speak to this after. She went from Hawaii to Vegas. She's now in Vegas. Guys, Hawaii is humid, Vegas is not. So I'm sure she's seen a shift as well, just with her hair. I know when I was living in Vegas, I had to change the type of shampoo and conditioner that I was using to adjust. And the water is much harder than it is here. So there was an adjustment as well. And really, one of the biggest things, guys, for all of us, because it's not a cookie cutter, is just observe. Like, observe your own hair and what works and what doesn't, but give it time. And when I say give it time, I mean, if you do switch to a premium grade shampoo and conditioner, or you start to add in, scalp conditioners or hair oil, give it time to actually see that does it work for you or does it not? Don't use it once and go, my results didn't work, right? Because it's just like a workout. We're gonna hurt for about a week, and then we're gonna start to see by the second, third week, we'll start to see and feel that difference. So it's the same thing with our hair and our scalp. It's got that cell turnover. We've got to give it at least, 4 weeks until you see that turnover happen to see, does this work for you? Does this not? Do you need to maybe wash more, cut back more? And again, if you are looking for products, maybe you aren't too sure about them, Christian and I can definitely help you with sharing what products we know work. I have a dry shampoo that I love, and I've gone through many dry shampoos and I had kind of given up on them. So we can definitely give you assistance in that. But before we end, Chris, do you want to talk at all about just climate, since you've actually experienced it currently right now?
Yeah, I can definitely speak on that. So obviously here in Vegas right now, it's like 100+ degrees. And it is very hot, but the humidity is different from Hawaii, right? From where I came from where Sandy is. And so even though it's super hot, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm sweaty all day every day, especially because we're in the house. I will speak on someone asking me because they were here in Nevada, and they're like, my hair feels, it feels dry, it feels a little different, and that has to do with the water, right? So as Sandy and me have been saying throughout this whole talk is uh, everything matters. There are different factors, and I was actually thinking about it, and I'll touch on it super, super quick because I know we've been here a while. But if you know the reason for, like, the job of a shampoo, conditioner, and all of the products that you're using, then you're going to realize what you need or why you need it. So going back to, the rumor that don't shampoo your hair, only use conditioner. The shampoo is meant to cleanse your scalp, and that's important. The conditioner will make your hair feel nice, but it won't cleanse your scalp. That's not its job. So remember, the shampoo is to cleanse, the conditioner is to condition, moisturize, and then you have all of these backup or add-on products, like the dry shampoo. As Sandy said, we have scalp serums. There are so many things that you can put on your head to help you. That doesn't mean that you just do what everybody else is doing because you heard it works for them. So if you take away anything from today, it's please do what your hair and what your scalp is asking of you. And if you need help, as we said, please message us, come talk to us, and we will definitely get you headed in the right direction.
Yes. So thank you guys for joining our skincare talk. Join us next week when we have another topic. Have a wonderful day, guys. Aloha.
Bye.